Hello everyone, welcome back. It's always good to have you here with me. We're going to make a quick little project today, so I'm glad you're here for some fun. It's Angela, of course, if you're not sure. Right, I'm going to make a little insert, a tiny little project that can house a couple of items that you would want to use when you're journaling in your journal. It's really a simple little project with one sheet of paper. So I've got the peach polka dot background paper from my Spring Splendor background kit, but you'll also find this particular one in the polka dot background pages. I've also grabbed a couple of avocado dyed. I did this just with lined paper out of a book. This is really just the width, so you're looking at 8 1/4 up to 8 1/2 is just strips I've torn, and these are 3 1/2 inches wide by 8 1/4 long. All right, so I've got a couple of those. We're going to use that, but I've got some goodies here. I'm not going to go through all of it really. You just need your scraps. I've fussy cut out my floral fussy cuts from my digital collection. I'm going to use those. I've got some scraps of paper, a couple of I think one die cut, some bit of music sheet, butterflies, the usual, and some ephemera pieces. All right, so I have that over there and we're going to get cracking. Okay, so grab your ruler, grab your pencil and your scissors or knife. I'm going to make this simple because I know that all of you have a piece of paper that measures at least 11 inches. So if you're using the US size, 11 it is. You don't need to cut anything. And then we're all working with the same length of paper, so that's what I thought I would start with. That always makes it easy for everyone, doesn't it? And then you don't get confused. So I'm going to just make mine 11 inches. Okay, hang on to the strips, they're always handy. Right, so we've got 11 inches now. So what I'm going to do is I want to just take my bone folder and ruler now, and I'm going to make a fold line 2 inches from the end. So we've got 11 inches and I just want to make a little bit of a fold line here. So 2 inches there and 2 inches on both sides, so it's even, hopefully. And just make a fold line. If you don't have a bone folder, the back of a butter knife works just as well. Just don't press too hard and cut your paper. Right, so that's all you need to do as far as measurements are concerned, believe it or not. All right, now what I want you to do is take the length and fold it in half. So there we go. Match up those corners. So I want to just make sure that I do have that right. And there we go. Just use that bone folder to make sure that crease is nice and burnished. Now I hope I do have this matched up, and it's not easy when you're doing this on camera because you can't get your head underneath. So get your head underneath and just make sure that you line it up properly. Yeah, so it's easier if I do it this way, I think. Right, and I think I've got it a little bit skew on the end, so I'm just going to level that up quickly. It's not a crisis, but you know, I did notice I'd gone a little bit skew, but that's okay. These things are forgiving, so just trim off if you've gone a little bit skew. Okay, right, we're good to go. So open that up now. You've got your 2 inch there. We made a fold line and we've just made a fold down the middle. Now all I want you to do is take your scissors or your knife, whatever you want, and on this fold line now, in the middle of it, yeah, I want you to cut from the fold line only, so not there, from where we've drawn the fold line all the way down. Okay, there we go. Right, we don't need any more scissors or knives or anything like that. So you've got your 2 inch and you've cut it up to that fold line. All right, fold it down again over that fold line like that, and let's get organized here. I'm going to take my glue and I think just so that I can see exactly where that fold line is, I'm going to just fold on that score line. That's just for the purposes of me being able to see where that fold line is for gluing. Okay, right, so we know now from folding there where we need to glue to, and I want you to just take your glue and glue from that fold line to the edge. Yeah, there we go. Match them up. Somebody asked me in the group today, what do I do about when I get glue on my board? Well, my board, this is an old one, is full of glue. So I'm hoping that you guys can tell me, because when I used acetone, it took all these black lines off, and I like the grid to work with. So I'm hoping I get some tips in the comment box about how to remove glue when it's dried on your board. If you know the answer to that without removing the black grid, please tell me. Right, so we've got that bit glued there. These two bits now will open up. You want to fold this one way or the other, whichever way you fancy, and just burnish that. And now what I want you to do is turn it over. You can see the fold line there. I just want you to fold this further back like that and keep it straight along the bottom. Don't just leave an ever so little gap there. We're talking about a hair's breadth, and then just fold that like that. All right, and do the same on the other side. So just turn that around and we can do the same. So I'm just lining that up with the edge of the paper here where we've cut it. And as I said, I've got a hair's breadth there. Like that. All right, now all I want you to do is take some glue and run it along the base here, and then on the edge here. So we're going to make another pocket. All right, and then close that up. Okay, there we go. And you want to do the same on this edge. So you want it on the edge here. Hello, Abby. Did you manage to fit your toys in your mouth and your ball? We were having a little game, her and me. She loves me to throw her ball. But of course, she's got favorite toys. And if I throw two things that she loves at once, she gets a bit rattled, because she knows that she only has one mouth and only one of those will fit. And the little ball is this size. It's not the big tennis ball, because that won't fit in her mouth. So yeah, she gets really frustrated. Right, so now if we turn this up, you should have two pockets over here and one pocket over here. Okay, if I can get it. All right, so this should be able to fold down either way. Okay, so just remember that you need, this will now be the upright, because that's where the pockets are. All right. Okay, and I'm just going to grab a little scrap of fabric. Actually, on second thoughts, I've gone and grabbed my washi tape. So this was the washi tape from Amity Bloom, which she doesn't have, she sold out of this. But you can use fabric. I just want to make a little spine, cover the little bit on the end here. So it's not so easy to always see the halfway mark, but let's hope that I've got it right. Halfway, hopefully it is halfway. Yeah, now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, because I can't recall if this is going to stay in place. So I'm just putting a little bit, and I can trim off the extra bits in a minute. Right, so that's going to look pretty. Yeah, and then you can just trim that off there and trim that off there. All right, so we still have our pockets at the top there that are looking a bit skew, but that's okay. I'm going to line them up and just straighten those out. Nothing like a bit of using your bone folder to get things aligned. There we go. I'm happy with that. Okay, it's not the straightest line, but it doesn't matter. We're going to put things on there. All right, so good to go here at the moment. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to start off by, well, let's just start at the beginning, at the front. Right, so I've got this large quote, which was quite long. Spring exists to remind us that everything can begin again. Isn't that so true? And it applies to people as well, yeah? Everybody deserves second chance. Definitely. Right, I'm going to use this as a pocket, and I want to just fit it over there. So I'm going to glue on those 3 sides there. Just like this. I hope you guys are all having a good time crafting away. The weather's getting better, and I know a lot of people don't craft during the warmer months, but luckily I do craft because I just can't help myself. I'd go crazy if I didn't craft during the summer, but I mean, I know people like to garden and do all sorts of things, don't they? Right, so that's that side. This little side, I'm just going to put a little pocket on it. I'm not going to put much else. There's going to be enough going on, and I do want to try and keep this as flat as I possibly can. All right. On this side here, we are going to do something with those strips of paper. So I have got, as I said, I think I took 2 sheets of paper and I tore these 3.5 inches wide, just so that it's about an inch narrower than this and almost double the length, just short. All right, so I've got these bits of paper here, and I just tore them with my ruler, so nothing fancy. And then I went and folded the lot in half. All right, so we've got that folded in half. Take your bone folder and do that. Now, what I'm going to quickly do is, and you can do this with a hand stitch, but I've got my sewing machine right next to me. You can either just do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch here, or you can do some big tacking stitches by hand. Because my sewing machine is right next to me, I'm just going to sew in that groove there, and I'll be straight back here. Okay, so there you go. I've just stitched down the middle there, like that. I'm going to now take this little piece of paper, so it's just wider. So, yeah, 3 3/4 inches by 3 inches, and I've folded it in half like that. So, I'm just going to take my distress ink there, and ever so lightly and quickly I'm going to put this in here like that. Yeah, so I'm just going to stick it on the, gosh, I quite like the underside. I'm going to use that. That was just a mistake. But you can use any scrap of paper that you have. So I'm going to just put some glue on this. And it's going to be like a little notebook that we can just slide into that pocket there. Yeah. And when it's full, you can add a new one. You know, great place. You can use tea stain paper, you can use whatever you want. So all I want to do is, I want to get that in the middle. So let's just try and get that in the middle. Yeah. And then I'm going to just fold that over there like that. That's all. Now I'm not sealing the sides, and you'll see why. Now I've just found this, My Thoughts Exactly. I'm just going to use some of my archival ink. This is, I can't even remember, just lying in my loose stamp box for loose stamps, which I don't know where they've come from. So then it's not in a pack. I can't remember, maybe one of you guys know. I'm going to just put this on here, My Thoughts Exactly, just because you can put any stamp on, whatever you have, a floral one. I was looking for a floral one, and then I thought, no, that is what it is. Right, so you've got this little notebook now. You can write whatever you want on there, your thoughts exactly. and we are going to slide it into this pocket over here. Like that, yeah, and then just fit that in there, and then you can maneuver it along a bit so it'll go up to that stitch line like that. All right, how cute is that? Yeah, so that's there. This is going to be a pocket, and then what I want to do in here is I wanted to put in a load of fussy cuts so that when you journaling, I always find that you look for things to put on the pages that you are adding journaling to. You know, you want to pretty up little things. So I've cut these all out of my floral fussy cuts, and I'm going to make a little arrangement here. So let's get it all in. And then I've got little goodies that I can add to my pages, even if they're plain pages, especially if they're plain pages. So, yeah, nothing like a bit of pretty to add to the page, isn't there? So we'll just add these. It's like arranging a vase on your table, or a vase, as you say in America. It's amazing all the different accents and uses of words. I promise you, as a person who was born and English is my mother tongue, I thought when I moved to the UK a good few years ago now, well over 10 years ago, that I understood English, but I can tell you that the choices of words, just for something like a cell phone, which I'd grown up knowing it as a cell phone, but actually when I got to the UK it's a mobile, things like that. I had to learn English all over again, just the colloquialisms. That's the word, colloquialisms. Colloquialisms. Get it right, Angela, it's a tongue twister. Right, so we're getting all these in there. Nasturtium, I love nasturtiums. Used to suck the nectar out of them when I was small. You know, now I would say, oh, don't do that. You don't know what's been on there. You know, in our time growing up, anything went, did it? And we all survived, so here we are. Right, so I've got all my flowers in there, arranged as best I can. Okay, there we go. We've got a little notebook in there. This is going to be a little pocket, and I'm doing all the decorating as I go. So not that one. That one I'm using for my cover. These two I'm putting into the middle here. So we've got some little ephemera bits that you might want to use as tuck spots or whatever you want to do. Let's put that one. You can put a thumb notch in here if it makes it easier for you. Right, we've got those. We've got that. And now I'm going to do the front. And it's pretty flat. So I'm quite happy. But I'm going to just take this little... no, that's not the one I should take. Where's my little... Oh, yes, sorry. This one doesn't make an indent in my page, so I'm going to just put my butterfly there. Right, so now this is where I'm going to grab a couple of scrappy bits of paper, which I've just pulled out. I found a little scrap of music paper. I've brought this little bit of lace. So let's put that there. Then I have a couple of flowers. So I've got 3 little flowers. I like 3s. I've taken one of those fussy cuts. I'm going to use that now. I found myself a little leaf, a die cut leaf. That's the only die cut I'm using. Can you easily, where was I now? Oh, yes. And I've got a butterfly. I was going to put that on my notebook, but I'll come back to that one. Let's put that there just in case. And then this one I'm going to use on my page. All right, so this is all going to go on here. So I'm going to start with these. I love a little bit of font or, you know, something like that. This is a bit of my cream background paper and my pink. I quite like those little embroidered flowers there. And I'm going to try and get that somehow like this. Somehow. So the best is just to try, I don't want this quite straight. I don't know if I want it that way or that, I think this way. So yeah, we're going to have a little bit of arranging going on here, so like that. Yeah, and then I think I'm going to add a little bit more over, something along these lines. Right, I think that's about where I'm going with it. I wanted to put the lace on. Right, so layers, 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 right. Let's get these down quickly. Okay, so we'll start with this little piece here and get it stuck down. I like a quick project, and I thought this would be a cute little ephemera, almost like a little mini ephemera holder. I'm going to get this just a little bit off the page, because why not? I do like it going off the page. This little scrappy bit looks like a moon. I think it was about, I can't remember now, about there. And then this one as well. Love using the scraps, and I have my most creative moments with scraps. I honestly do. Right, before I press that down, I'm just trying to ascertain how far over. Yeah, I think that's all right. Okay, and this one. Yeah, so we'll get that down. Fun. Weather's getting warm today. It's not quite sure what it's doing. I hope that you guys are all right, and there's not any terrible acts of nature going on with the weather, you know, flooding and hurricanes and everything. We're meant to be going into summer very soon, in about a week, but I think spring's only just sort of arrived, so I'm not quite sure what's happening with things. Okay, I'm going to just angle this slightly. There we go. This one then was going to go on, wasn't it? Yeah, I quite like that. I do like layering stuff up. It's fun. I've got an exciting project I'm working on, which I will share with you on Sunday. I'm not going to say too much other than it's a new collaboration with Rach and Bella. So I hope you're all excited to see that. And I'm on Sunday, so I'm sure she will share that all with you in the coming days. Yeah, I'm going to just put that up a little higher, I think. Right, and then my lace is going to go on just over there. Got my Fabri-Tac ready, so we'll just get that on straight across, looking very shabby already. Oops, a bit too much glue there. And then we've got our little green piece, which will need some rearranging. I'm going to just add these flowers on as well. So yeah, we've got all the colors on here. That one there, I think, and those there. Okay, let's get that done then. So yeah, fun all the way. Yes, and so I'm planning to get my new kit out to you on Friday. I've been working like crazy to get that done. Yeah, there's always so much to do, isn't there? But I'm getting it done, so I'm really happy to tell you that I'm aiming for Friday, which is great. So another piece of exciting news. Yeah, it's all good. Hope you guys are well, as I say. Let me know how you're getting on and what's happening where you are. Always interesting to see what other people are doing in different parts of the world. I do love that. Abby's all back to her usual self, playing with her toys. She's lying in her bed now, so thank goodness, some peace. Right, this butterfly, I think I was going to just put him there, like that. Yeah. But I think what I need to do is just give it just a little dusting here of ink, and it improves the pink color. I like the way it sort of blends with the pink and does a little bit of peach on it, so that's cute. Right, so we've got that. I'm not going to put any beads on the butterfly because I'm trying to keep it as flat as I can, because if anything this probably go into a pocket or something like that. There we go. And then what I wanted to do was, I was going to put something on there, but I might change my mind and put it on here. I'm going to do that because I think that looks pretty as it is. So just going to take this little scrappy bit, and these little scraps of paper, that's why I always say hang on to the scraps, because you know they are so handy for making like a type of a ribbon looking thing, and great to when you're trying to keep everything as flat as possible, which I am. Right, so that was perfect. We can just add it there, can't we? Good. Hope that's straight. I hope so. And then this butterfly I'm going to just put in the middle. And there we go. How sweet is that? That's the tiniest little ephemera booklet that you ever did see. Right. Cutie cutie. Okay, I think that's everything. We've got our beautiful things there. Oh, I'm almost done. 2 tags. I actually took a petal and I put it underneath there with a little hole reinforcer, and I've stamped it. I've put in a eyelet, and then this one as well. I didn't put anything there. I didn't really want to cover the bird too much. So what I'm going to do is, in this pocket at the top, I'm going to put these 2 tags in there like that. Yeah. So we've got those there. We've got our little collection of flowers to pretty up our pages. We've got 2 pieces of ephemera, which you can always use as tuck spots or just in your journal somewhere. And then we've got a little My Thoughts Exactly notebook, which will come out and you can replace that with whatever you want. Now you can go and put this into a pocket into one of your journals, or you can stick it onto a page on the back here if you want, and then it'll be like a little flip out with all this going on. It's pretty flat. I'm quite happy about that. I don't think I'm going to put a closure on that. I think I'm quite happy as it is. And there we have our little project for Tuesday. How quick was that? All right. It's amazing what pieces of this and that can all come together, and we can have a sweet little project in no time. Go and have some fun with it. It's going to look great in any style or any theme. All right, everyone, that's our Tuesday project. An exciting couple of videos coming up from me. Don't forget, Friday, new kit launch. I will show you the new kit, and then probably because I have my collaboration on Sunday, I will be sharing what I'm making there. Completely different design and style to what I usually do. But I love how it's turned out, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And then probably the week after that, Tuesday, I will show you all the bundles that are going to go with this new kit. So lots of excitement coming. All right, stay well. See you soon. Oh, before I forget, I have a little freebie kit for all of you that support my channel and my Facebook group, or wherever you support me, whether it's by giving me a like, a subscribe, or just your encouragement and your comments. I appreciate them all. And I hit 35,000 subscribers yesterday, which I don't keep an eye on it, and it doesn't mean a hell of a lot to me, other than you know, all the relationships and people that I meet. So thank you all, just not for the 35,000 subscribers, but just the fact that you stop by and watch and hear what I've got to say. That is the part that means the world to me. So thank you so much. And just for that, I have put in my Facebook group, if you are a member, I have put in this little kit. It's just a simple little kit. It's 5 pages, I think. We've got this page. We've got this very lovely sage green pattern page. Got a butterfly neutral page, and this lovely like old gold page, and then just a page of ephemera. All right, there we go. That's in my Facebook group. I will be, if you're not on Facebook, people always ask me this, I will be putting into my website shop all the freebie kits for £1. All right, so not the Christmas ones, they're there already, but the other ones that I've done, I'm going to put a whole lot of them together and you can get it there for £1. That just covers the basics. All right, so thank you so much for your support. That's there. Also reached well, over 6,000 subscribers and members in my Facebook group, which is fantastic. So again, thank you all so much. It's not about the numbers, as I say, it really isn't. It's about the experience and all the time we share our projects and all that sort of stuff. It really means the world to me, and I love seeing what you guys make too. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful week. As I say, I'll see you Friday with step 1 of the excitement that's to follow. Stay well, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.